Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 384 based on novel. So let's start. Demon Emperor's tomb? Xiao Yan's voice just fell, thousands of elites behind him, 9 demon generals including Tianhu Yaoshuai. At this time the demon eyes slowly shrank, and he said in horror. Demon Emperor, this is the real powerhouse in the demon world. The former master of the demon world, the demon emperor Tian Hen. In addition to this, are the 3 powerful men under him, the black evil dragon wolf, the Qianxiong tyrant, and the white-bone evil king. And this so-called demon emperor, the strength may only be in the early stage of the 8-star fighting immortal, and it is not comparable to the 3 powerhouses, but this guy likes to collect many treasures in the demon world, just like a collector. In addition, he is still a guy with great fighting power. There have been rumors that this guy used to be loyal to the demon emperor. With his strength in the early stage of the 8-star fighting immortals, he could deal with a white king among the foreign evil races without falling behind. This is also the only thing that helped the demon emperor resist the foreign evil races, the hero, although he finally fell on the Red King, but also because of his illustrious military exploits, he built his posthumous palace in the ancient battlefield. For circulation. It's actually the tomb of the demon emperor. After Shun breathed, the eyes of many demon beasts were filled with uncontrollable fiery. The word demon emperor can be said to be a symbol of great glory and strength. If they can entering it, the strength will naturally be greatly improved. Although there are many opportunities for treasures in the tomb of the demon emperor, the danger should not be underestimated. In addition to the existence of the evil-eyed demon group. But I'm not afraid of everyone's jokes, the evil-eyed demon king, don't take it seriously. I don't know what happened to everyone, Xiao Yang said softly, with a rare smile in his voice. Today's Xiao Yang is not just talking vernacular. After all, the midterm power of the evil-eyed, demon, and 8-star fighting immortals cannot pose a real fatal threat to Xiao Yang today. Wait, I am willing to swear to the death to pursue Lord Xiao Yang, Yaoshuai. Xiao Yang's voice just fell, and a group of monsters spoke in unison, with a mighty force, like a thunder that was enough to shatter the 9 heavens. If that's the case, let's go. I will distribute the notes on the way. If there is someone who disobeys the order, kill without mercy. Hearing such a sonorous and powerful voice, Xiao Yang responded with the same high-pitched voice. Let's go. For a time, this team was also united by General Xiao Yang's heart, and with the information Xiao Yang had stolen from the Scale Demon Army, they cleverly avoided many dangerous places along the way, and made the fastest way. The speed went towards the tomb of the Demon Emperor. In the Tianyuan battlefield, deep. This is a rather turbid sky. There are countless dark auras in the sky, like the magic marks that erode all things, sweeping the whole world, and the land below is also full of boundless darkness. That kind of darkness seems to it is the erosion of evil power from countless years, which is extremely deep. At this time, on a rock, a human man stood quietly here. He was quite tame, like a gentle and elegant scholar, but his eyes were extremely strange, as if they contained all things, shocking people. It is unbearable to look at. Lord Monster King, the evil-eyed monster group has found the entrance to the tomb. After a while, a human-like monster with rabbit ears on its head flashed like a ghost. Well, let's go. Let's meet the so-called Demon Emperor's tomb. The evil Eye King's eyes were calm, but he was full of a smile. There are some problems at the entrance, and my lord, the demon commanders of the other 3 legions seem to have a lot of complaints about your actions. Let us devour the tomb of the Demon Emperor alone, aren't we? The rabbit-eared general asked in a low voice. Yes, there is a trace of worry. After all, the power of the 3 major legions is the indispensable power of the evil-eyed demon king. Don't worry, this demon emperor's tomb is just a bluff. I hope to catch a big fish. After the evil eye king finished speaking, his body shook, the void in front of him shattered and opened, and he suddenly walked towards the demon emperor's tomb. The power that emerges from the body must be the 8-star fighting immortal. For a day, Xiao Yang and the others hurried non-stop, but to Xiao Yang's surprise, they did not encounter any emergencies along the way, and even nearly found out with the 3 major armies of the evil-eyed demon king several times. As a result, the battle was broken, and it seemed to be ignored by him, as if the 3 major legions were planning something. Therefore, the team ruled by Xiao Yang reached the depths of the Tianyuan battlefield quite smoothly, which made Xiao Yang always have an illusion in his heart. Isn't it going too well? And the Scale Commander of the Scale Demon Legion was only trying to test me. I hope I think too much. Xiao Yang murmured as soon as he came to the depths, and tightly clasped the darkness with his palm. The imprint of the underworld priest, if the matter is really beyond his control, I am afraid that he can only do his best. Although Xiao Yang does not want to use the power of the Dark Underworld Priest, or even the Devil. In the depths of the Qianyuan battlefield, the turbid air here is like a thick liquid that makes people disgusted, and even countless corpses and some broken weapons set off the word battlefield vividly. Sir, there are traces of the evil-eyed demon group here. Tianhu Yaoshuai carefully observed the surrounding soil, and slowly saw traces of twisted traces, and there was a trace of the exclusive evil-eyed demon group on it. The evil-eyed monster group is said to be a group of special monsters who practice eye skills. There are about 1,000 of them. They are all in the same form, and their combat power may not be outstanding. I am afraid it is enough to be the most terrifying power under the command of the 7 demon kings. The entrance to the tomb of the demon emperor should be here. It seems that they have already taken the lead. Xiao Yang came to a barren land and looked at the purple prohibition incantations around the ground and a touch of about tens of meters. In the size of the cave, the palm of the hand lightly sticks a trace of purple soil. After confirming that it is correct, he directly swept the dirty soil away. Immediately, a strange purple cave appeared in the mud beneath everyone's feet. In the purple cave, there is a monstrous demon aura that is extremely domineering. This power completely isolates the surrounding evil power. I am afraid this is the power of the demon emperor. Send half of the force to stay here, and the other strong people will enter with me. It's all voluntary. We will bring back the blood essence from the ruins. Compared with fighting, guarding is also a task that should not be underestimated. Xiao Yang said in the mouth. I'll keep it. Before Xiao Yang finished speaking, more than half of the powerhouses said. Shenyuan, you take them to guard here. This is a trace of space formation. If the situation changes, it can shrink for a period of time. Xiao Yang said contentedly, and after breathing well, he engraved a trace of the space shuttle handprint on the scroll and gave it to Shenyuan. My subordinates take orders. Shenyuan took the space scroll and nodded. He naturally understood Xiao Yang's concerns. Let's go. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he led the remaining 500 people into the purple cave and poured into it. At this moment, the tomb of the Demon King was also completely opened. Of course, at the same time, the 3 legions of the Demon King of Evil Eyes, whether intentionally or unintentionally, slowly approached here. If it was unintentional, it would be fine, just wandering aimlessly, but if it had been planned long ago, I am afraid that the 500 people led by Shenyuan would not be able to resist them. Whoa! With a bang, Xiao Yang brought 500 people, only including Tianhu Yaoshuai, and the others were some elites. As for the 9 demon generals, they had been arranged to stay outside. After all, the situation in the Tianyuan battlefield was changing. This is the only way out. Is this the demon emperor's tomb? After Shun breathed, Xiao Yang and everyone just entered it, and suddenly felt an extremely terrifying aura. For Xiao Yang, that kind of aura might not be too much suppression, but for the monsters whose strength is not enough for the 7-star fighting immortals, the suppression is extremely terrifying, and all kinds of vomiting and even worshipping strangeness emerged. Wang buzzing. Xiao Yang spread his soul power to protect against a strange wave, his eyes staring at this indifferent space, motionless. This is a lush virgin forest. In the entire space, countless vegetation is dense, and even in the forest, one after another obvious footprints emerged. In the center of the forest, there is a slightly raised mountain range. Above the mountain range, there are countless Dawson white tombstones, revealing a breath of death, and above the white dead grey tombstones, there is a quiet space lying in a square. Fang's coffin. The whole coffin is clear of gold and silver, and suddenly, I can vaguely see that inside the coffin is a skeleton that has already suffered from weather and frost. Above the skeleton, droplets of colorful liquid seem to contain domineering and unparalleled power. In the middle, on the chest of the corpse that had no flesh and blood, an air mass wrapped in green demonic energy stood quietly, exuding a heart-pounding beating from time to time. It felt like a human heart. The entire tomb exudes a dead silence. After the rest, Xiao Yang and his group were all buried in the tomb of the Demon Emperor, but at the same time, the fragments of the demon book in Xiao Yang's body continuously absorbed the power of the tomb of the Demon Emperor. Become spiritual. Sir, how are we doing now? Tianhu Yaoshuai also hurriedly asked, staring blankly at the extremely strange crystal coffin above the tomb. Go directly to the center of the forest, I'm afraid that's where the highlight is. Xiao Yang looked through the huge forest and looked at the crystal coffin above the sky. It seemed that a group of guys with good breath had already walked in front of Xiao Yang's crowd. But the evil-eyed Demon King is a powerhouse in the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortals. I'm worried. Tianhu Demon Handsome is now worried. Xiao Yang's Qixing Doxian early stage can resist the 8-star Doxian initial stage. This is a heaven-defying move, but there is a world of difference between the 8-star Doxian early stage and the middle stage. In any case, Tianhu Shuaifu can't believe that Xiao Yang can still deal with it. Don't worry, since I dare to say it, I have my own measure. Actually, the goal this time is not only the tomb of the Demon Emperor, but also the Demon King with evil eyes. Although the evil-eyed Demon King is quite powerful, it is far from being comparable to the 3 powerhouses. We will solve this problem as soon as possible, so that we can go to support the final battlefield. Without the support of the Haisha Dragon and Wolf, I am worried that we will speed up the final battlefield route. And once the battle situation in the ancient battlefield is defeated, I am afraid that the dozens of Demon Kingdom territories under the command of the Haisha Longlang will be in jeopardy. Xiao Yang calmly analyzed. Xiao Yang naturally knew that the strength of the 7 Demon Kings might be on par with the 3 powerhouses, and even some Demon Kings were stronger than the Haisha Longwolf, but that was the essence of the problem. The strength of the 3 powerhouses is tyrannical or superhuman, and they are supported by the top powerhouses in the entire demon world behind them. As for the 7 Demon Kings, they are just like dark horses raised in the demon world, regardless of their background or overall strength, are far less tyrannical than the 3 powerhouses, so there is no comparison in the combat power between the two. Tianhu Yaoshuai didn't know how to answer, so he nodded lightly. Now, this is probably the only way. Wang buzzing. At this time, the green crystal coffin floating above everyone's heads in the forest suddenly shook uncontrollably, and a strong aura that surpassed the heavens and the earth slowly filled the air. Is that the crystal coffin of the evil-eyed Demon King and the Demon Emperor? At this moment, the countless powerhouses around Xiao Yang below slowly lost their voices. Is that so? Xiao Yang slowly raised his head, looked at the thin black shadow above the sky, and the trembling crystal coffin, and smiled. The evil-eyed Demon King released a terrifying aura that was several times stronger than Xu Shao's before, suppressing Xiao Yang's heart. At this time, his strange eyes were staring at the crystal coffin, and it seemed that his eyes were very special. The power of the powerful aura in the persecuting crystal coffin. What should I do now? Tianhu Yaoshuai's mind was condensed. Looking at this abnormal situation, he muttered, the evil-eye Demon King is already tyrannical. If he gets the Demon Emperor's heart, I am afraid that even Xiao Yang will be the only one. There is an escape. The heart of the Emperor Yang must never fall into his hands. But wait a minute, the name of the Demon Emperor is not a false name. Xiao Yang's voice fell, and the core inscription of magic that had never been used in the body also quickly condensed, and a series of profound patterns were released, quietly silently enveloped this piece of heaven and earth. For a time, Xiao Yang's soul power and spiritual power were always paying attention to the changes in the sky. Once there was any change, he would immediately take action. The name of the Demon King is indeed well deserved. Sky, watching the bones in the crystal coffin tremble, an illusory figure emerged after a while, and the voice of the evil-eyed Demon King was full of faint jerky, but many instead, it was a touch of madness. The heart of the Demon King is extremely precious, but without the Demon King's guidance, even the evil-eyed Demon King would find it extremely difficult to take it for himself. Are the juniors of the demon world in the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortals? It seems that this generation of juniors doesn't seem to abide by the rules of our demon world. The corpse emerged lightly from the crystal coffin, and immediately stood on top of the crystal coffin, the old figure carrying a touch of unquestionable anger. Although this figure is only a remnant soul, the power contained in it is even more terrifying than the evil-eyed Demon King in the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortals. Whether it works or not, you have to try it to know. And now, it's not your time anymore. Whether it's you or the Demon Emperor, you've been completely submerged in the long stream of history. Now in the demon world, the strong are respected. So, enshrine your Demon King's heart to this king. The evil-eyed Demon King's laughter contained a frenzied smile, and his eyes became deep, a wave that wiped out all things. From it shot out from above his eyes, and shot away at the phantom of the Demon Emperor above the crystal coffin. Oh, is that so? This time, he noticed that the dead grey binocular rays roared at him, and there was a strange wave that could wipe out all things, but the afterimage of the Demon Emperor smiled slightly, suddenly waved his hand, and the crystal coffin under his feet flashed a faint green glow, standing directly in front of him. With a sound, the death ray of the evil-eyed Demon King was easily annihilated by the green fire glow above the crystal coffin, and the afterimage of the Demon King suddenly swelled up. At the same time, a green flame roared, carrying a touch of divine power that shook the heavens and the earth leaned down. At the same time, The eyes of the evil-eyed Demon King finally changed significantly. Obviously, the fighting power of this Demon King seems to be more perverted than the rumored one. Wang buzzing. At the same time, Xiao Yang, who was lurking in the dark, looked at the sky above the figure like a king who reigned over the world. When the green flames were vented, Xiao Yang's body was uncontrolled by amber flames. Restlessness appeared on Xiao Yang's body, and seemed to be roaring at the green flame, as if declaring war. Guru, is this the smell of Sheng Yang? After blinking, Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed, and he lost his voice. Lord Monster Emperor once got lucky and won the 14th Heavenly Demon Fire on the Holy Flame list. Even in the state of the remnant soul, with the initial strength of the 8-star fighting immortal in the Demon King's district with evil eyes, it is impossible to confront him head-on. The power of the Emperor may have the power to fight against the real 8-star midstage and even late-stage powerhouses. I'm afraid this evil-eyed Demon King is going to have bad luck. Just when Xiao Yang's heart was shocked, a rebellious cold snort filled Xiao Yang's heart. Who is it? Hearing this, Xiao Yang was startled and hurriedly alerted. Oh, don't look for it, I'm in your body. When Xiao Yang was at a loss, in the soul realm of Xiao Yang's body, a fragment with a strange luster flashed, and a moving sound was emitted. A fragment of the demon book? Xiao Yang couldn't help being shocked when he heard the words. Hey, this time, thanks to you kid. The demon book fragment said. What's going on? Xiao Yang asked in confusion at this time. I am a fragment of the demon book. To put it bluntly, it is a spiritual body with a trace of mind, and the demon book may exist in the tomb of the demon emperor. Therefore, at the moment of entering this space, with the nourishment and call of these forces, it gave me temporary spirituality. After all, a complete demon book is also a spiritual thing, and it is reasonable to swallow people's words. One sentence kept ringing in Xiao Yang's heart. So that's the case, but this holy flame. Xiao Yang still said enthusiastically, he never imagined that he would have such a chance to enter the tomb of the demon emperor. Boy, stop dreaming. This holy flame is already something that recognizes the master, and this flame is only a trace of fire. The real holy flame has already left when the demon emperor fell. Based on your experience, you don't know what this means. It's really a pity. Xiao Yang's expression became regretful after listening to Yaoshu's words, but after thinking about it, Sheng Yang was a sacred relic that could be encountered but not sought after. Boy, although the Demon King is quite powerful, it's just a remnant of the soul after all. In order to make sure nothing goes wrong, you should start expelling the Demon King with the Demon King as soon as possible. All the treasures here will be yours, including the Demon Book and some treasures. After the Demon Book fragment finished speaking, it slowly returned to calm. Boom. At the same time, above the sky, the battle was still continuing. The shocking battle suppressed the atmosphere of the Demon Emperor's grave to the extreme. No matter how terrifying the evil eye Demon King's eye and pupil art attacks are, it does not matter to the remnant soul Demon King who has the body protection of Sheng Yanzi, and there are vague signs of failure and invincibility. At the same time, the power of the Demon Emperor's remnant soul became somewhat sluggish because of these attacks. This bastard. They've been dead for so long and they're not at peace. The evil eye demon group form a formation. Looking at the arrogant Demon King in front of him, the evil eye Demon King roared and snorted coldly. Obviously, even if he came prepared, this guy was extremely difficult to deal with. No wonder he is one of the few loyal generals under the Demon Emperor. For a time, thousands of evil-eyed monsters in military uniforms surrounded the figures on the crystal coffin, and their eyes flashed with a terrifying power that was isolated from the world, like a touch of ancient the power of the seal, trying to completely destroy the last power of the Demon Emperor. Do it. Seeing this scene, Xiao Yang suddenly spoke up. He knew that if these thousands of monsters were allowed to join forces to display the sealing method, I'm afraid not to mention the Demon Emperor, even they themselves would be extremely dangerous. Kill me. Tianhu Yaoshui heard the words, his body was surging, his snow-white fluffy tail swayed, and he suddenly jumped into the sky, disrupting the formation of the enemy. As for the 500 monsters behind him, their eyes were also scarlet. The body of the beast erupted directly, and the bodies of many monsters, such as pythons, tigers, wolves, and snakes, each displayed endless terrifying power, and with the breath of death, they rushed towards the evil-eyed monster group. Damn! Seeing the sudden surge of powerhouses, the evil-eyed Demon King suddenly lost his temper. Seeing that he was about to completely capture this place, he actually killed such a pair of teams along the way. Although there are a large number of evil-eyed demons, they are the same as himself, they are all strong users of pupil techniques, not strong people who fight alone. Change the target. Kill these chops for me first. Illusory eye domain. The evil eye demon king snorted coldly, and the boundless demonic energy completely enveloped the entire tomb space like smoke, and scenes that were as real as illusions emerged. Little guy. At this moment, the demon emperor looked at Xiao Yang's figure in the distance, and suddenly shouted loudly, as if there was some resonant force in Xiao Yang that attracted him. Because at this moment, the evil eye demon king attacked him with an incomparably fierce attack, and even he was a little stunned by that kind of aura. Good come. Dragon god transformation. Wooden tree world, 10,000 wood cages, and the raging fire lion. Seeing the evil-eyed demon king burst into flames, Xiao Yang suddenly burst out laughing. With the immortal armor on his body, countless spiritual powers in his body swept out in the illusion of this domain. The trees containing the huge confinement power swept out, constantly entangled with countless evil-eyed monsters, and instantly, a giant figure of the holy flame fire lion with a body over 1,000 feet, crawling behind Xiao Yang, the lion's eyes locked abnormally solemnly. With the evil-eyed demon king, once the latter approaches, a dazzling attack will erupt immediately. The raging fire of the fire lion condensed by the fire of the holy flame, its power may be comparable to the quasi-immortal art. Not good. The palm came to Xiao Yang's side and slapped it in the air, but when it was about to hit Xiao Yang, the fire lion around him roared and roared, which actually shattered the terrifying force directly. With a palm strike, the evil-eyed demon king couldn't help but take dozens of steps back. It seemed that the amber flame on the fire lion was more frightening than the green flame on the demon king. His power is not a strong man who fights face to face, but uses the pupil technique to attack the besieged enemy, but the power of the holy flame on Xiao Yang, coupled with the bottomless soul sea, makes the evil eyes the demon king was helpless for a while. Retreat. After a while, seeing that his own bodyguards were beaten so miserably by Xiao Yang's sudden team, the evil-eyed demon king snorted coldly, his eyes fiercely facing the demon king and Xiao Yang above the crystal coffin. With a sigh, he said angrily, "Since it's here, let's stay forever." The afterimage of the demon emperor looked at this scene, and the voice of the wolf and the palm of the hand sounded together. Suddenly, a shocking green demonic aura with a surging suffocating flame burst into it. In those scenes, the space trembled, and a trace of cracks emerged from the void. Illusory domain, burst. Withdraw. The evil-eyed demon king looked at the demon emperor's actions, and immediately there was a tinge of scarlet smell in his eyes, so he suddenly squeezed his hands and squeezed his own domain. For a time, the power of countless spaces exploded, tearing apart the space of the demon emperor's tomb, and scenes of shocking cracks came to the ground. With the help of the space crack in the void, he brought the personal guards behind him and poured into it, but this time, although Xiao Yang and others won, but at this time outside, the three armies of the evil-eyed demon king wrapped the tomb of the demon emperor. Once Xiao Yang when they left here, in the outer Tianyuan battlefield, a real fierce battle was still waiting for them. The latest website, cough cough. In the dead grey space in the tomb of the demon emperor, as the army of the demon king with evil eyes retreated, it was quiet for a while, and then the afterimage of the demon emperor standing on the crystal coffin became violent. He coughed, and the green flames on his body went towards the countless cracks in the void, and suddenly a force of extreme flames repaired the void under the gaze of everyone. "I didn't expect to meet you here. Maybe this is fate." After a while, the afterimage looked at Xiao Yang and Tianhu Yaoshuai and muttered softly. There was a trace of rare emotional fluctuations in his voice. From Xiao Yang's body, he also smelled there was a familiar smell. Wang buzzing. The next moment, the fragments of the demon book in Xiao's body were out of control, and instantly escaped from Xiao Yang's body and shot at the demon emperor with the remnant soul. "Senior," Xiao Yang said slightly, as if the demon emperor still had many concerns at this time. "This tomb has many treasures of mine, and the danger ban has been lifted by me, and you can search at will. You kid, come with me." After the demon emperor finished speaking, he grabbed the shard of the demon book in his hand, and the green flames on his body also quieted down. "Sir," Tianhu Yaoshuai couldn't help saying when he heard the words. "You take them here to scavenge what's available, I'll take a look." After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he turned into a stream of light and sank directly into the crystal coffin. At the same time, the figure of the demon emperor also disappeared together. "Let's start." After a while, a smile flickered in Tianhu Yaoshuai's eyes, and immediately took the remaining strong men to search this space, and some treasures could not escape their eyesight. On the other side, suspended in the crystal coffin above the forest tomb. This crystal coffin seems to be a quite independent space. Xiao Yang and the demon emperor have just disappeared, and they will appear in it the next moment. This is Xiao Yang couldn't help muttering while looking at the strange scenery around him when he just came here. Looking around, it turned out to be a rather narrow space, like being in a hall where time is turbulent. In the main hall, a statue identical to the original Demon Emperor stands in the main hall. In addition, there is only a circular roof. On the roof, a yellowed ancient book slowly rotates, revealing countless strictness. Old smell. On the periphery of the ancient book, there are countless ancient Sanskrit words, and the terrifying aura that surpasses the heavens and the earth is revealed. Senior. Looking at the extremely mysterious demon book in front of him, Xiao Yang spoke softly. I am a dead beast. Doing this can be regarded as a blessing for the demon world. I hope you can help us in the future. And there seems to be some terrifying creature in your body that can actually make me feel a little bit of heart palpitations. It's really weird. Not long after, the Demon Emperor appeared, but the power above his body was slowly dimmed, obviously is about to disappear. This is the Demon Book. It records many secrets of the demon world, but I still hope that when you find the Demon Emperor, you can return the Demon Book to the Master. The Demon Emperor spoke slowly, with a hint of melancholy in his voice. I will. Xiao Yang nodded solemnly. Of course, the Master will not treat you badly. The holy flame on my body was disbanded by me when I fell, so I can't give it to you, but the heart of the Demon Emperor and a few drops of blood essence from the outside world can be considered a good compensation. Little guy, I'll leave it to you about the Master. The voice became more and more dull, and at the end, the last trace of this mighty Demon Emperor slowly dissipated, and it was suddenly injected into Xiao Yang's body. Boom! Xiao Yang was frightened by the sudden and terrifying power of the Demon Emperor for a while, and his scalp was numb, but this power seemed to be directed towards the flames of beasts in his body, and after absorbing the huge power of the Demon Emperor, the flame beast that had been quietly sleeping in Xiao Yang's Doqi Si, that is, the legendary king of all beasts, actually had a fluctuation that was about to wake up. Congratulations to Send the Seniors. Xiao Yang saluted him heavily, and he was able to make illustrious achievements in the early stage of the 8-star fighting immortals. Such a strong person is enough for Xiao Yang to truly respect. After Shun breathed, Xiao Yang wrapped the amber rock soul fire in his palm, and gently swept away the mysterious demon book in front of him. The demon book slowly rotating on the round platform seemed to be quite spiritual and resisted violently. Boy, just relying on your mere 7 stars fighting immortals, are you trying to subdue me? Perceiving this extremely sacred flame, the demon book let out a cold snort, which seemed to be quite disdainful. Get off me. Xiao Yang didn't care. The huge holy flame and the power of the soul spread out like a tidal wave, and suddenly forcibly peeled off the demon book from the round platform. You. Shocked by Xiao Yang's sudden terrifying power, the spirit of the monster book couldn't help but said in fear. Tell me. Demon Fate Cave, where exactly is it? Holding the yellow ancient demon book in his hand, Xiao Yang could clearly feel an unfathomable force permeating out. Yorowan Dongshan and other dangerous places, with your strength, even if you arrive, you will only die. And just now the evil-eyed Demon King was defeated, and now there is a fierce battle waiting for you in the Tianyuan battlefield outside. Evil-Eye Demon King 8-star fighting immortal midterm strength aside, he has 3 early 8-star fighting immortal powerhouses beside him, as well as 100,000 elite monsters. You have 1,000 elites in this district, and none of the 8-star fighting immortal powerhouses. From my point of view, I'm afraid you can't protect yourselves. The spirit of Yaroshu laughed schadenfreddily. Do you have a solution? Xiao Yang frowned. The spirit of the demon book can be said to be second to none in the demon world, so it is not surprising that it can know these things. Since the evil-eyed Demon King was defeated, Xiao Yang has been thinking about this. Where did you see it? The spirit of the demon book slowly pointed at the statue of the Demon Emperor in front of him. That's... Xiao Yang heard the words, his pupils shrank tightly, but he saw a colorful mark on the rib of the statue of the Demon Emperor. That is the skill of the Demon Emperor to become famous. A volume of quasi-immortal level fighting skills. The spirit of the demon book said lightly quasi-immortal technique. Hearing this, Xiao Yang stared blankly at the scroll with a faint glow on his ribs. Quasi-immortal art, this level of attack method, I am afraid it is enough to cause a real killing move to the 8-star fighting immortal powerhouse. There is still some time, hurry up. After the spirit of the demon book finished speaking, a yellow light spot appeared, and it tore off the scroll and placed it in Xiao Yang's hands. Boom! This scroll had just arrived in Xiao Yang's hands, and the terrifying destructive power and boundless power suddenly swept away, making Xiao Yang quite uncomfortable. Quasi-immortal technique, Demon Emperor heavenly physique. After muttering, Xiao Yang also entered a state of meditation, and with the help of the spirit of Monster Book, cultivating quasi-immortal technique is also a matter of course. In addition, in the tomb of the Demon Emperor, Tianhu Yaoshuai and his subordinates also found a lot of monster blood and blood. For a time, many of the 500 monsters have improved their strength a lot, but they are happy. They also know that there is not much time left for them. The latest website. Time passed by day, and as Xiao Yang and the others searched for many treasures in the demon coffin to enhance their strength, the outside world also had scenes of rather unpleasant things. Sir, the atmosphere here is getting weirder and weirder, should we be more careful? It always doesn't feel right, it seems that we have been surrounded by others. At this time, the 9 demon generals headed by Shen Yuan are still camping around the tomb of the Demon Emperor, guarding the last retreat of everyone, but now with according to the information collected by several scouts, the 3 major armies of the evil-eyed Demon King are slowly rushing towards here. If they don't retreat in time, with their fierce aura and terrifying fighting power, I am afraid that these 500 monsters will be elites, and it's just giving away in vain. Let's wait and see. Shen Yuan shook his head. At this time, he also felt helpless, but Xiao Yang's many instructions before leaving, plus this was the only way out of the tomb of the Demon Emperor, for a while it's also a dilemma. Boom. With a sound, the void at the entrance of the Demon Emperor's tomb suddenly wriggled, and monster beasts with fierce murderous aura emerged from the void. Those domineering auras and awe-inspiring auras were far from ordinary monsters. Beast army can be comparable. That is, Evil-Eye Demon King and his personal guards. At this moment, Shen Yuan lost his voice after seeing the thousands of rabbit-eared beast shadows emerging from the void in front of him. King. At this time, a powerful monster in the evil-eyed demon group couldn't help but face the extremely angry evil-eyed demon king in front of him, trying to calm his anger. These guys. At this time, the evil-eyed demon king was in a fit of rage, and he thought that, with his dignified power in the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortal, plus thousands of elites in his own personal guards, he would be killed by the demon king and a group of unknown people. He was expelled from the tomb of the emperor playing emperor, the resentment in his stomach was soaring to the sky, and his expression was extremely ugly. What is that? These guys seem to be in the same group as those nameless people. After Shun's breath, even if the concealment was extremely perfect, under the perception of powerhouses such as the evil-eyed demon king, the disguise of Shen Ape and others did not attack. Self-break. King, according to the report of the Scaled Demon Legion above, these guys should be the reinforcements sent by the 10,000 Demon King under the Haisha Longlang. What should we do with it? After a while, several evil-eyed monsters also identified the beasts. Asked about the true identity of the demon beast. Kill them all. I can't believe that this Demon King's graveyard can only catch such a small fish. It seems that the other 6 Demon Kings and the 3 powerhouses are now in the final battle, but the results are really disappointing. Destroy them all, hang the corpses on our battle flag for me, the other 3 legions and you, give me guard here, this is the only way to leave the tomb of the Demon Emperor, once those nameless people appear, kill it. I want to take food from the hands of my evil-eyed Demon King. This time, this king will let you die without a burial. A roar was released, adding countless gloomy meanings to this barren and dark space. Space Scroll. At the moment when the evil-eyed Demon King roared, Shen Yuan didn't dare to hesitate at all, and immediately tore apart the space scroll given to him by Yaoshuai Xiao Yang, and all the monsters were wiped away. The power of the soft silver space has temporarily disappeared into the hidden space, and the evil-eyed Demon King is helpless, but the space scroll of this level does not last long. Still unavoidable. Search for me. This king must smash these guys into tens of thousands of pieces. Seeing the 500 monsters in front of him disappear out of thin air, the evil-eyed Demon King finally became uncontrollably and completely angry. This is simply an insult to myself. On the other side, during Xiao Yang's retreat, Xiao Lei appeared and collected the heart of the Demon Emperor. He only collected 3 drops of 10 drops of blood essence, and the remaining 7 drops were distributed to the monster beasts under him. 1 drop was given to Tianhu Demon Commander, so that his strength could truly enter the initial stage of the 8-star fighting immortal, and 2 drops were given to 500 monsters to improve their strength. There are vaguely a few who have stepped into the 7-star fighting immortal. As for the remaining 4 drop, it is prepared to leave it to many strong people in the outside world. Time, I don't know how long, at a certain moment, when the tomb crystal coffin exploded instantly and Xiao Yang's figure emerged, there were 500 monsters below, with a strong madness in their eyes. They stared at Xiao Yang quietly, as if they were just waiting for Xiao Yang's orders. And now Xiao Yang's body is invisible and more powerful than a few days ago. Have you finished the search? Xiao Yang also had deep eyes, glanced at the many elites below, and asked, with a calm aura in his voice, like a real commander of the three armies. Well, it's over. At this time, Tianhu Yaoshuai also changed his previous mood, said very solemnly, and slowly came to Xiao Yang's side. How is the outside situation? Xiao Yang nodded slightly to him, and immediately asked. The aura of Shen Yuan and others has disappeared, and they have temporarily lost contact with us. My subordinates guess that they have entered the space scroll to take refuge. Tianhu Yaoshuai's fox eyes were full of extreme fluctuations, and he spoke. He couldn't hide his anger at all. In addition, according to the last news from Shen Yuan, outside the Chenyuan battlefield, the evil-eyed Demon King brought his personal guards, and the three major legions behind him, a total of 100,000 elite monsters, stationed at the exit of the Demon Emperor's tomb. Once we leave here, I'm afraid they will face their most violent attack. After shun breath, Tianhu Yaoshuai said. The conversation between Xiao Yang and Tianhu Yaoshuai above the sky was naturally heard by many monsters without a word, so bloodthirsty and violent breaths permeated their eyes. The space scroll won't last long. After all, we and the evil-eye Demon King have a ***** battle of life and death. Let's go. Since this is the military order I made myself, I won't drag you to accompany me to death. Xiao Yang's eyes contained a rare calm and relief, and he immediately put his hands on his back and turned his back to Tianhu. The handsome demon and many demon beasts said softly, Master Yaoshuai, grown-ups, our 10,000 demon nation demon army has never been greedy for life and fear of death. Either go back together, or fall here together. Don't be cowards. Seeing Xiao Yang's actions like this, the mighty voice below rose to the sky. Xiao Yang gave them so many treasures, and at this moment of life and death, he was also able to give up his own life. So many kinds, such a commander, was enough to convince these unruly monsters. In that case, let's fight. I will bestow my soul power and flames on you, greatly increasing your combat effectiveness. 1,000 monsters can't win against 100,000 elites. But this time, the glory of the monster world will be written by us. Set off. Kill the evil-eyed Demon King. Xiao Yang's eyes were scarlet, and an arrogant arrogance that looked at death as if at home filled the air, shaking the hearts of every monster below. Invincible and invincible. Sir Xiao Yang, Yaoshuai, must win. As soon as he finished speaking, 500 monsters accompanied Xiao Yang's rule and slowly walked away from the outside world. For a time, the real highlight began slowly. This video will end here.